Hello everyone, my name is Alex, and this is my channel, so I get to talk about whatever I want. And what I want to talk about today is we need to stop putting these celebrities on a fucking pedestal. Like you around, oh baby. I think everyone knows Cole Walliser, however you say it. Okay, maybe you don't know his name, but you definitely seen his work. He's the GlamBOT guy. And I'm sure you've probably seen this controversy all over the place, and I decided to put in my 2 cents. He's the guy that operates that fancy camera equipment that does those really cool slow zoom in shots at things like red carpet events, Oscars, Grammys, whatever. And up until last week, his whole brand was, oh, I'm such a nice guy, I'm so fun, and then Jennifer Lopez that little situation screwed everything up for him.
Hi, my dear. Lovely to see you again. You look amazing. Yeah, right in the star right there. Do we have an idea of a move? We're just going to give a little look or a pose, a little turn. Perfect, great. Camera's going to end right here. We're in a high push wrap. High push is fine. High push is fine. So end right here. It's going to start at the top. 3, 2, 1, action. You go. Give us 1 second.
J-Lo, she stopped by his camera at the Golden Globes, and she did her pose. You know, she's gorgeous. We love her. We don't really love her, but she's pretty. And from the video's perspective, it kind of looks like she didn't chat with him, do anything, yada yada yada. Which, yeah, everyone thinks that she was just rude, and I can see how we would come to that conclusion, but she isn't mic'd. She's not that close to the camera, and we can't hear her even if she did say something. But the internet, it lost its fucking mind.
I need to take it easy, otherwise I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it.
And before we jump into what Cole did, I'd like to also mention that in a bunch of Cole's other videos, the celebrities, we can clearly hear them talking. We can visibly see them communicating and laughing, having a great time.
Oh my God.
Well, 3 times I saw you today.
Yeah.
What's up, sir?
Hey, how are you?
Good, man.
Good to see you.
You as well. You as well.
I don't know what makes this specific video different. Maybe it was the setting. Maybe they just didn't have the time to properly do that kind of thing.
Hi, my dear. Lovely to see you again. You look amazing.
To add to that, who cares? Who gives a shit what J-Lo did? Let's be honest here. She is at work. She doesn't owe anyone anything. And I'm not a J-Lo fan. Okay, she's had a few hits, but she's also kind of weird. But people are acting like she was supposed to be some kind of fucking saint, and she's all of a sudden being exposed for being rude. Like, that's just some bullshit, in my opinion. What difference does it make if she was or wasn't being rude? Let's start normalizing people not wanting to talk if they don't want to talk. Are you gonna be up in arms if Carl from Walmart was a little less chatty to you while you were checking out? I don't think so. And if you are, you're fucking weird. Now let's move on to what Cole did. He defended her. I mean, he posted this really, really gracious video explaining that red carpets are chaotic and there was a time limit and that she was just being professional, efficient, yada yada yada.
But there was only one other person outside of J-Lo that was in that conversation, and that person was me. 2, red carpets are so insane. All of the celebs are like getting ushered to like, hey, do this thing, do this thing, do this thing. As you're walking in between stuff, people are screaming at you. It's just a really crazy environment. So the third thing, these celebrities, they're at work. They're there to do a thing, to promote their show, to be a guest, to be a presenter. They're working. So some people chatty at work, some people not so chatty at work.
Whatever. I get it. Yeah, that was a pretty good response. Enter Yinka Animashaun. If that's how you pronounce it, if that's not how you pronounce it, which it probably isn't, I apologize, Yinka. Truly. In 2019, Yinka reached out to Cole and she was asking if he would be open to having the GlamBOT at her wedding. She was planning one of the biggest days of her life, right? She was ready and she wanted those glamour shots. And I mean, who the fuck wouldn't? Do you see the gorgeous shots of these GlamBOTs. Like, they get some pretty cool fucking shots. I'll give Cole this. Instead of, you know, responding appropriately, professionally, actually, he responded by telling her it was going to be expensive, which, you know, whatever. High-end services cost money. That's just a fact. He just was like, I want to make sure you can afford it, yada yada yada, which, in my opinion, kind of a red flag. Just give her a quote. Just be like, here's the steps and here's a quote. Like, come on now. She tells him, of course, that she can afford it and she kind of figured that it would be expensive. And he said this. But read it and weep. Between $10 and $1 million.
What?
I mean, yeah, whatever. It's featured at the big events or whatever. But that's a crazy price range. $10,000 to $1 million. Okay. He's basically making fun of her for even asking. In my opinion, like, that's crazy. But Yinka, gracious Yinka, she responds so nicely. And she says she understands. And she expected the price to be high. And she just wanted a quote. And he finally gives her a number for $300,000 with a 10% upfront deposit before signing a contract. Before signing a contract.
What?
He says, okay, it's $300,000 and I'll take a 10% deposit to secure the gear. And once I have the deposit, I can do a contract. I know it's an email, so you can't really get tone. But his tone was off. I'm just gonna say it right now. His tone was off. Maybe this is just how things are done in the big leagues, but I don't know about that. Because I thought, and correct me if I'm wrong here, audience, I thought that a deposit is what you pay upfront to make sure the vendor gets paid, even if you flake. So if they get everything ready, they fly out, they meet you there, but day of, you're like, I don't want to. At least they'll still have the deposit to ensure that everyone got paid, they can get home at the end of the day, sleep soundly. Why would you make that before signing a contract? You sign the contract to then state that, hey, if you don't pay us the amount, you're not getting your deposit back. That's what a contract is for. Why would you pay before a contract? Hello? Are you dumb?
You. Are you dumb?
Whatever, I digress. Yinka, she responds professionally and she thanks him, says she'll follow up on Monday, right? Perfectly reasonable response. If I was her, wouldn't even continue bothering because he pissed me off. He pissed me off and I don't want to work with someone that's annoying. This grown man, responds with, you could have just asked me for a quote and didn't have to pretend to book. Excuse me? She did, in fact, ask you for a fucking quote. She was trying to ask you. I'm sorry. But let me get this straight, Cole. When a celebrity is curt with you, doesn't respond, and gives you the cold shoulder a little bit, you defend her to the ends of the earth. But when a regular person inquires about your $300,000 service and says they need time to think, all of a sudden they're pretending to book. It's not like this is a waste of your time. It takes maybe 3 seconds to respond to an email. You had maybe, I don't know, 10 words. If anything, if this was such a problem, you could have just been like, this is how much it is. This is all the equipment that we'll need. There's going to be a X amount deposit. And if that sounds like something you're interested in, reach out again. You don't have to do this weird back and forth bullshit and be condescending, saying if it's in your budget, it can be pretty pricey. What? It feels like fucking Pretty Woman or something.
It's very expensive. Look, I got money to spend in here. I don't think we have anything for you. You're obviously in the wrong place.
Here's the thing about Cole's response to the whole J-Lo thing. It's not just like a gracious response. It's kind of a strategic response, because J-Lo is someone that could affect his career. She's famous, wealthy. She gets invited to a lot of things. And if she all of a sudden refused to be in the same room with him, who do you think they're gonna pick? J-Lo or some guy who they could hire someone else to do the same service? Obviously, he's gonna defend her. And Yinka, she doesn't have all that. Except she kind of does, because with these receipts, she kind of did ruin his image. And on top of that, she had a gorgeous fucking wedding. She had an outstanding wedding. Like, look at these pictures. Some of the most beautiful people I've ever seen. Some of the most beautiful cultures were at that wedding. There's Nigerian and an Indian wedding. And it was stunning. It was stunning.
Big mistake. Big. Huge.
And after Yinka's receipts went viral, some other people started being like, oh, this happened to me too. And someone else shared their DM, their Instagram DM from Cole in the same year, I think, 2019, where they asked about the booking and the GlamBOT for their wedding. And Cole responded with, hey dude, I mean you can, but there's a reason the GlamBOT is only at the Oscars, the Grammys, and the Golden Globes. Money bag, whatever. 5 money bag emojis is crazy. That's actually crazy. Genuinely crazy. Because what? You're just gatekeeping this fucking machine that you didn't even invent. Yeah, Cole didn't even invent it.
Anybody that stops, I already like you because you're taking the time to do my thing.
He didn't make it. Joseph Kahn did. Joseph Kahn is a music video director who's worked with Taylor Swift, Britney Spears, and a million other artists. And he created the GlamBOT back in 2016 for E! Entertainment. He designed the lighting, the camera work, the lens choice. He designed all of it. And let me tell you, he's petty, because when this whole thing like started, he hopped on Twitter and his tweets are fucking funny. He said, do you want to operate the GlamBOT? Here's how you do it. Put your phone on a selfie stick, record in slow motion, swing it at someone really fast, stabilize it with an editing software, slow it with a good app. Congrats, you just made $300,000 at a wedding. $300,000. That's crazy. The actual creator of the GlamBOT said that price didn't even make sense. And you know what this tells me? Cole was not pricing this based on actual costs. He's trying to make that shit exclusive. He's trying to keep it prestigious. Making sure only the right people can access it. Which, fine, whatever. You want to run your business like that? That's your choice. But don't you dare turn around and act like that you're Mr. Understanding when a celebrity treats you the exact same way you treat regular people.
What will you learn? That your actions have consequences!
And don't preach about professionalism and how some people just aren't chatty at work when you're literally writing condescending emails and typing out money bag emojis to people who are inquiring about your fucking services. And before someone's like, but he was just being honest about pricing. No! There's a difference between being transparent and being a fucking dick. I mean, transparency is when he says the GlamBOT requires a crew of whatever, specialized equipment, and a minimum price of X. If that's within your budget, we could discuss details. That's transparency, okay? And Cole was like, can you even afford it? I doubt it. The price could be $10,000 or $1 million. And you know what else about that price? He says $10,000 to $1 million. It's like he's trying to like bait her into being like, oh, that's too much money. Because then, even after saying the price could be up to $1 million, he settles on $300,000. $700,000 away from $1 million. How did we get to that $1 million number? J-Lo treated Cole like she was at work. Cole then defends her. Cole treats Yinka like shit when she's treating him like she's a customer. Like, it makes no sense. Do you guys get what I'm getting from? Because it drives me insane the way that people they only have grace for people who can help them. And it's like, why? That's so shitty. People use their proximity to fame as some kind of personality trait, and they look down on everyone else. When you build a brand on being the nice guy or being approachable, kind, and understanding, people start to notice when your private behavior doesn't match your public persona, and they're gonna call you out for it. That's just how the internet works these days. I get it. The entertainment industry it's brutal, okay? You have to network, protect relationships, you have to think about your career. Fine, whatever, that's cool. But in order to be the GlamBOT guy persona, you've got to do that for everyone. You cannot pick and choose who your kindness is for. Well, I guess you can, but if you're building a brand off of that kindness, you're just fake. Like everyone else, like every other fucking celebrity out there, you're just being fake. And if your kindness is just a service you provide to rich motherfuckers out there, then admit it. Because then at least you're being honest. And you're being honest with your fans, you're being honest with other people, and you won't have to worry about some scandals like this. The GlamBOT itself, cool as hell, but just because you can operate it and whatever does not mean you can treat people like shit. There's always going to be someone out there that can do your job. That goes for everyone out there. There will always be someone that can take your job from you. So you cannot act like you're bigger than the program all of a sudden. So yeah, whatever. Not mad about the whole J-Lo thing. That thing being like as viral as it was really fucking weird, if I'm being honest. What's also crazy is that when Andrew Garfield, he had a GlamBOT similar where he was kind of just like,
Excellent, how are you?
Let's see if I open the jacket.
All right, 1 second. All right, ready. And 3, 2, 1, action. Beautiful. Dapper, sir. Awesome. Thanks, you. Appreciate it. Mind, the error happened in the truck. Sorry, sir. We'll do it one more time. Ready? And 3, 2, 1, action. Beautiful. Awesome. Thanks, man.
Barely anyone called him out for that. A bunch of people were like, oh, but he's an actor. He's probably so tired. And why are we defending the white man and looking down on the black woman? Or Hispanic woman. What is she? She's a person of color. I know that much. Why are we looking down on her when a white man did the same thing? I love Andrew Garfield. He seems great. I'm not gonna put him on a pedestal. I wouldn't be surprised if he was an asshole. But at the end of the day, Cole's a hypocrite. How many people do you know who measure someone's worth by what they can provide? Too many. And we need to stop rewarding this behavior. We need to stop letting people get away with selective empathy. It's easy to be nice to people who can help you. It costs you nothing to be nice to someone with influence. The real test of character, though, is how you treat people who can't help you and who can't really do anything for you. Like the little waitress, the intern, the person asking for services at their wedding. Like, I digress. I'm getting a little heated. So, I'm gonna leave you all with this. We need to stop putting these people on pedestals. Because sure, he promoted himself as this nice, fun individual, but in private he was an asshole. Whatever. But everyone was surprised. Like, I'm sorry, but this kind of behavior is honestly expected at this point. This business is very predatory. You all really think that these celebrities are nice and perfect? Absolutely not. Let's all do better, okay? Get better at keeping people in check and stop acting like everyone is perfect. And when they show their true colors, keep them the fuck in check.